Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on the new record.
I know. Thank you. It's out. It's in the world now. It's there.
Now, Shuggie is when I first got the press release. I was like, Shuggie. What is does someone have a nickname of Sugar? And then of course you see the track listing, you hear the record, and there's the first track.
Yeah.
Shuggie Come Back.
Shuggie Come Back.
Now, initially though, I was like, is it a person? Is it a vibe?
It was kind of the embodiment of like. So it started like when I originally wrote that song. I kind of had like baby or sugar, and I just didn't really know what to do. Like, I was like, I really wanted to like, but it also didn't fit, and it sounded corny. And the whole record is kind of about this kind of feeling of sort of community being disparate and out there, and wanted to kind of bring it back together. And so there's a lot of like proverbial, use when you're talking about yourself or talking about your friends or talking about your family. And I felt like I needed a mascot to sing in the voice of or to the whole time. And so that became Shuggie. And we were working with this Japanese artist at the time who was designing these like little characters and all this like animation stuff for the record. And she had this like cute little bear thing. And I was like, well, that's Shuggie. That's going to be the mascot. So
did you take Shuggie and then bring Shuggie in the studio and be like, sorry, Shuggie's ours now?
Yeah, we actually did want to get like plushes of this like cute little mascot, but we don't have any money, so we didn't do that.
God, it's so funny too, because I was thinking also Shuggie Otis, and I started thinking of you mentioned sugar and baby, and if you've ever toured in the South, like sugar, honey, baby, that comes up a lot. Those terms of endearment.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it so much. I feel so loved every time I'm in the South. Yeah.
So I'm excited because as a Prince fan as well, we talked about Shuggie Come Back, the song that starts it all. The album starts with a little bird song. First off, can you tell us about setting the mood with that sound effect?
I mean, I feel like that sound, that was a very conscious decision because, as I mentioned, like, I just feel like community, not to like upset our overlords here, but like I feel like community's kind of been disrupted by like rampant consumerism, especially like post-pandemic. Not to get like too into that, darkness, but I didn't want it to be a dark record. I wanted it to be about people finding each other again, and I couldn't really think of a better way than just like the sound of nature outside, and then just being like thrown into this like, it's like synth percussion vacuum.
Yes.
It seemed absurd and a really fun way to kind of kick everything off to me.
Yeah, it was interesting because all of a sudden I was like, okay, Yukon Blonde, we got the West Coast vibe. You're setting the scene. There's some birdsong. And then it was like, boom, right into what felt like a little reference to Prince's Raspberry Beret.
It is. It's,
okay.
And for no particular reason other than like, I kind of had the beat and I was like, I really need to kick it up. But like, how would Prince do it? And like, Brandon and I threw on Raspberry Beret and I was like, oh, like, so we like changed the drum sound. Like we just were just like, yeah, let's try and get it like in the Prince world. Actually, I think it was When the Doves Cry is what we threw on. But it's the same. He used the same drum machines and he used the same things for a lot of
maybe
so we just used those.
Maybe my ear was wrong when I was thinking about the Prince song.
Yeah, no, it's the same.
Okay. Well, we have more to talk about because I know that you actually changed your production and started doing it all yourself with Vindicator. Yes. And now there's like this evolution. So can we talk about that in just a bit? But I do want to, Prince came up and now we have Up to You as well.
Yeah. Which feels pretty Princey as well.
yeah. But can you give us a little context about this one?
Yeah. This song was kind of going on, like I have a friend who identifies as non-binary, and they were just struggling. It's been a hard couple of years, and they were kind of just asking me advice, and I was like, I just these are all your decisions to make, like, and all I need to do is just be there to support you, and then I kind of like, I don't know, I drive my car, which doesn't have a radio or anything, and I come up with these song ideas, and I just had that conversation in my mind, and this song kind of just came out of that. Yeah.
The latest from Yukon Blonde, Up to You. I've got Jeff Innes from the band, principal songwriter as well.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm here. I am.
And we're so excited to talk about this new record, Shuggie. Now entertain me a bit, because I remember during the depths of the pandemic, you released your last record, Vindicator.
Yes.
And we had a conversation on Zoom. You were on an island.
Yeah.
off the coast of Vancouver.
Yeah.
And it felt as though you had produced that record. Part of it was like a challenge and part of it was necessity to do it all yourself. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. And we didn't really record it in the pandemic. We kind of, because, because that's how recording works. But like we did release it like at the very beginning of the pandemic, which was stupid, but we did it anyways. But yeah, we decided to kind of take back means of production. Like instead of spending our money going to other studios and stuff, we've always been involved in, and interested in sonic textures and engineering in that process. And our demos to take to studios started to just get kind of better than the recordings we were kind of ending up with. And so we were like, well, why are we spending our money to fly to like New York or Toronto to record this stuff? Why don't we just spend the money on better gear, like better microphones, better things, and like really take it over? And as a result, Vindicator is really fun because it just ends up being this swirling kind of psychedelic mess of experimentation throughout that. And it's kind of like you can sort of see the learning process from then until now. Like we listen to it now and we're just like, wow, we really thought we knew how to record drums in that time, but we like had no idea. But
so when it comes to Shuggie, now it's your second, like it's the evolution of the process, evolution of the band as well.
Yeah.
What was the experience like in the studio this time around?
It was great. We got a more permanent spot in Vancouver now, and so it's been really rewarding. We got some like cool new toys and stuff like that, but mainly like the Vindicator was really fun because it was almost a vacation record. Like the guys, I was living out there, but the guys would have to take time off from their lives to come out, and we'd kind of hole up in the space. But for Shuggie, they would just commute to my basement studio, and they'd do it every day, like 9 to 5. We'd just be like making this record, and some days we'd just be playing lawn games and like barbecuing food and other, like some days like nothing would get done, and they'd be like, okay, that's a day, like clock out, like go home, which sounds actually kind of boring, but we've never had any semblance of a schedule or structure in our lives.
Okay.
Like, period. So it was really refreshing and cool. We felt, I don't know, and we got a lot of work done that way.
No, but for Shuggie, it's interesting because in press, I know James mentions that for better or worse, we take the more of a burn it down approach.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
To get this this kind of evolution of Yukon Blonde, also in the evolution of sound. I'm just wondering about what are your now you had that structure with Vindicator.
Yeah.
What did you want to go into this record with as far as either concept or actually that structure from recording and doing it all yourself?
Well, it was, I mean, like, one of the things, we talk about these things in our band a lot, like philosophically, like sort of where we want to be in the future and stuff. And sometimes, the burn it down thing does make sense because it's like sometimes we have to sacrifice commercial viability and whether or not everyone is going to love it in order for us to actually enjoy the process of making the record and like our retrospective sort of look back on our careers. And when we look back on all the music where we had the most fun and we did have the most control, we're the most fond of that music, like all day. And we'll even play those songs longer live. Like just the whole process is just much better. And so it is kind of one of those things where we're enjoying ourselves throughout the process was like absolutely pivotal. Like it was, or maybe not pivotal is the right word, but like it was the high water mark. Like that's where we had to hit. Have fun, enjoy yourself, and write hopefully the best music you've ever written. Like,
was it an album that came really quick?
Kinda. Yeah. I mean, overall, yes. Yes. But there was a lot of time spent on it. Like, I do say, like, whatever comes easiest and funnest is the best. But, like...
I'm imagining you hovered over and looking at Pro Tools and like...
Yeah. But, and a lot of jamming, a lot of practicing, a lot of experimentation. It was very collaborative between everybody. And that's a huge difference between Vindicator and Shuggie, is that the whole band was really involved. Like... Vindicator was a lot of James and I. This record was just everybody kind of getting their hands dirty, which was cool.
Nice. Okay, so wait, we're going to get to you always get what you want. But I am curious on release day to give you the floor and just give us some insight as to what your favorite track is on the record. It may not be this one, but...
Oh, my favorite track on the record is probably, I really like the song Not Interested on the record. It's kind of like, sounds almost like a Wings song.
Okay.
And there's the The last song, I really like all these songs, but the last song, Don't Believe in Love, is one of my favorite songs maybe that we've ever done. It's weird though. It doesn't follow any traditional structure, but it's just really fun. And
but that's the joy of being able to put it out there to the world.
Yeah, who cares?
And live the dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well, we're going to let you on big release day go out and have a great day.
I'm flying back to Vancouver.
Get out.
Right now. I'm going.
That's probably why the publicist was running in.
Yeah, going to the airport right now.
Okay, well, let's not make you miss your flight. But if you do, you're welcome to come back and hang. We're going to get to You Always Get What You Want, which is a very epic statement. Yeah. I don't know if that plays out in my life, but can you again give us a little setup for this one?
Yeah, I mean this one is like I really hate to bring this up again, but it is kind of like consumers like pandemic reflective, where it's like we are so dominated these days just by like the things that we have to buy, the things that we have to, we're always spending time in shopping malls and everything like that, and no matter how hard you try to kind of cultivate that little friend community and those little fires, eventually they just turn into like, spending the night on your phone on Amazon. And, I mean, it sounds bleak, but in the context of the record, it's good. It's good where it is. Mm-hmm. You have to listen to the whole record to get it. It's a bit of a concept thing, but.
Right.
But yeah, the You Always Get What You Want is like our overlords always getting what they want.
Okay, well, let's get to it now.
Bleak.
But you know what, though? You always kick it up a notch with the tempo.
Yeah.
And the vibe,
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, you balance it out.
See how you feel out there, Toronto.
Okay, thank you so much again for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's get to Yukon Blonde. You Always Get What You Want on Indie 88.